Hey everyone, welcome back to English Uplifting, the podcast that helps you boost your IELTS confidence, one question at a time. I'm Liza.
And I'm Ben. Today we're taking you through a full IELTS speaking topic, all three parts, on technology and communication. We'll show you how a Band 6, Band 8, and Band 9 candidate might answer and explain what makes each one different.
That's right. So if you've ever wondered how to move from Band 6 to Band 9, stay tuned. We've got you covered. So let's start with simulating a real IELTS speaking Part 1 test with me as your examiner, Liza, and our brave candidate, Ben.
Brave? I'll take that. I'm ready for your questions, Examiner Liza.
Okay, Ben, do you often use technology in your daily life?
Yeah, I use my phone every day. I check messages, watch videos, and play games. I think technology is very important, and I can't live without it.
Nice start, Ben. That's clear and easy to understand, but it sounds a bit basic. I'd call that around a Band 6. Let's see why. You gave short sentences, I use, I check, I play, which is fine, but a little repetitive. And the phrase very important is simple. What if we made it a bit more natural? For example, instead of saying, I use my phone every day, you could say, I rely on my phone for almost everything, from chatting with friends to organizing my schedule. See how that sounds fuller?
Yeah, it already feels smoother. Okay, let me try that again. Yes, I rely on my phone for almost everything, from staying in touch with friends to checking my calendar. I think technology makes daily life much easier.
Beautiful. That's more like a Band 7. You used rely on and makes daily life much easier. Perfect natural expressions. The only thing you could add is a small opinion or feeling, like, honestly, I'd feel lost without it. That kind of personal touch makes your speech sound even more authentic.
Got it. I'll remember that. Show a bit more of me in the answer.
Next one. What's your favorite piece of technology?
My favorite technology is my phone. I use it every day to watch movies, take pictures, and talk to my friends. It's very useful.
Okay, good. But again, that's around a Band 6. It's clear but short and simple. Let's push it a bit. Instead of repeating I use, try joining your ideas more naturally. And you could add a feeling or reason why it's your favorite. Something like, my favorite gadget is definitely my smartphone. It's so convenient. I can do everything on it, from studying to entertainment. It makes life so much easier. Now, you try.
My favorite gadget is definitely my smartphone. It's really convenient. I can use it for studying, entertainment, and even paying bills. It makes life so much easier.
Excellent. That's a great Band 7 plus answer. You used definitely and really convenient, which sound natural and expressive. Now, if you're aiming for Band 9, you can add richer vocabulary and a smooth opening. Something like, without a doubt, my smartphone is the device I value most. It's like a digital assistant. I use it to stay organized, connected, and even track my fitness.
Without a doubt, my smartphone is the device I value most. It's like my personal assistant. I use it to stay organized, pay for things online, and keep in touch with my family who live abroad. Honestly, it's hard to imagine life without it.
Wow. Now that's Band 9 energy. Perfect natural flow, idiomatic phrasing like hard to imagine life without it, and you sound completely confident. That's the magic of higher bands. It's not about using fancy words. It's about sounding real, fluent, and expressive. Okay, let's take the next question. Question 3. Do you think people rely too much on technology these days?
Yes, I think so. People use their phones too much. They don't talk face-to-face anymore. It's not good.
All right. Short, simple, clear. Band 6 again. The meaning's there, but it sounds a bit too flat and repetitive. Let's add depth and variety. You can use a phrase like these days, tend to, or it's becoming common, and try giving a reason. For example, yes, I think people depend on technology too much these days. It's convenient, but it also means people spend less time actually talking to each other. Now give that a go.
Yes, I think people depend on technology too much these days. It's really convenient, but it also makes people spend less time together in person.
Lovely. That's already band 7. Clear opinion, 2 contrasting ideas, and nice linking words. But also, if you wanted to take it to band 9, you could add some advanced expressions like digital addiction or hard to disconnect. Let's try that next.
Yes, definitely. People have become almost addicted to technology. It's great for communication, but many people check their phones all the time, even when they're with friends. I think it's getting harder for people to disconnect and just enjoy the moment.
Brilliant! That's exactly what a band 9 answer sounds like. You used strong, natural expressions like addicted to technology and enjoy the moment. And your tone sounds relaxed, not memorized. Remember, everyone, band 9 isn't about perfection. It's about control. Ben spoke smoothly, naturally, and with emotion. Okay, we practiced IELTS Speaking Part 1. Short questions, simple topics, and how to sound more natural. Now we're stepping it up a notch. This is Part 2, often called the cue card.
Oh, the scary one. The one where you have to talk for 2 minutes?
Yep, that's the one. But don't worry, we'll make it fun and friendly. So here's your cue card, Ben. I'll read it out just like in the real test. Describe a piece of technology you find useful. You should say what it is, how you use it, how it helps you, and explain why it is useful for you. You'll have 1 minute to think, and then you'll speak for about 2 minutes.
Okay, let's do it. I'll just jump right in. I want to talk about my phone. It's very useful for me. I use it every day. I can call people, send messages, and watch videos. I also use it for studying sometimes. I think it's very helpful because it makes my life easy. I can find information fast. I really like my phone.
Okay, good effort, Ben. That's a very understandable answer. I'd say that's around a band 6. Let's break it down. You answered all the points. Great job. But the language is very simple. Lots of repetition like I use, very useful, I think. There's not much detail or linking between ideas. So let's try to make it sound a little more natural and organized. Try to tell it like a mini story, how you use it in your daily life, and why it's important. You can also use phrases like, one of the most useful gadgets for me is, I mainly use it for, it helps me because. Give it another go.
One of the most useful gadgets for me is definitely my smartphone. I mainly use it for communication and studying. For example, I use apps to learn English and take notes for my online classes. It's really convenient because I can do almost everything with it, from reading news to listening to music. It helps me save a lot of time.
That's much better. You just jumped from band 6 to band 7 territory. Here's why. You used linking words. For example, because, from, to. You gave specific examples, learning English, taking notes, reading news. You sounded more fluent and organized. Now, to reach band 9, we can add a little storytelling, some emotional expression, and advanced vocabulary. Maybe mention how it changes your lifestyle or habits. Try something like, it's become an essential part of my daily routine, or it allows me to stay connected and productive wherever I am. Are you ready to try that next?
The piece of technology I find most useful is my smartphone. It's honestly become an essential part of my daily life. I use it for everything, staying in touch with friends, managing my work, and even doing online banking. What I love most is how it helps me stay productive when I'm on the go. For example, if I'm commuting, I can listen to English podcasts or check my calendar. It really helps me organize my day. I think it's so useful because it combines so many tools in one device: camera, maps, notes, and communication. Without it, I'd probably feel lost.
That's beautiful, Ben. That's Band 9 level right there. Here's what worked. Natural fluency. You spoke smoothly with pauses that felt natural, not nervous. Advanced but clear vocabulary. Essential part of my daily life. Productive on the go. And combines so many tools. That's exactly what examiners love to hear. You sound like a confident communicator, not someone memorizing a script. Let's pause for a second because this part of the test is where most students panic.
Yeah, talking for 2 minutes feels like forever when you start.
Exactly. But here's a trick. Think of your answer as a little story with a beginning, middle, and end. Start with a clear introduction. I'd like to talk about, or one device I find really useful is. Middle, give examples or personal experiences. End, express how you feel about it or what it means to you. If you follow that, you'll easily fill 2 minutes and sound natural doing it.
I like that. It's like painting a picture for the examiner instead of just giving facts.
Exactly. And remember, your goal isn't to sound perfect, it's to sound engaged and fluent. Let's test this by doing a short replay. I'll time you for 30 seconds, and I want you to expand your Band 9 answer just a bit. Add how your smartphone has changed your habits or lifestyle.
My smartphone has honestly changed the way I live. Before, I used to carry a lot of things like a camera, a notebook, and even a map when I traveled. Now everything's in one device. It saves me time and space, and I can work or study from anywhere. It also helps me stay connected with my family who live abroad through video calls. It's hard to imagine life without it now.
Perfect. That's such a natural expansion. You gave a comparison, before versus now, and real examples like video calls and studying anywhere. If you did that in the real test, you'd absolutely impress the examiner. We tackled part 2 of the IELTS Speaking Test, the cue card, and Ben absolutely nailed it. Now we're moving on to part 3, the discussion section. This is where the examiner asks more complex, opinion-based questions about the same topic.
Yep, this is where I usually start sweating.
I know, but don't worry. This part is just a friendly chat about ideas. I'll show you how to turn simple thoughts into clear, structured answers that sound natural and confident. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, Ben. Question 1. How has technology changed the way people communicate with each other?
Technology changed communication a lot. Before, people talked face-to-face. Now they use phones and the internet. It's faster and easier, but sometimes people don't talk in person anymore.
Okay, nice, clear, and understandable. That's about a Band 6. Here's why. You answered the question, but your sentences are short and simple. You repeat basic words like talk, people, use. There's not much linking between ideas. Let's make it smoother. Try using expressions like these days, compared to the past, or while technology makes communication faster, it also changes how personal it feels. Want to give it another shot?
These days, technology has completely changed how we communicate. Compared to the past, when people met face-to-face or sent letters, now we mostly use phones or social media. It's definitely faster and more convenient, but I think it's also made conversations less personal.
That's it. Great improvement. You just jumped to band 7. You gave comparison, used linking phrases, and balanced your opinion with both pros and cons. Now for band 9, you can take it even deeper. Try adding advanced phrases like instant communication, global connectivity, or lost the emotional touch. Ready?
Technology has completely transformed communication. These days, we can connect instantly with anyone, anywhere in the world. That's amazing for staying in touch. But I think we've lost some of the emotional connection that comes from face-to-face conversations. Messages and emojis just can't replace real human interaction.
Beautiful. That's band 9 material. You used strong vocabulary, transformed, instantly, emotional connection. You gave balanced insight, both positive and negative. You sounded fluent and thoughtful, not memorized. That's the kind of answer examiners love. Clear, mature, and natural. Question 2. Do you think older people and younger people use technology differently?
Yes, I think so. Old people don't use technology a lot. Young people use it more for chatting, games, and social media. Old people sometimes don't know how to use it.
Okay, that's fine for a start. Clear, but simple. That's a band 6 again. You repeat old people and use too much. Let's make it more natural and respectful. You can say older generations or seniors and use linking phrases like on the other hand or whereas. Try again.
Yes, I think older and younger people use technology in very different ways. For example, younger people use it for entertainment and social media, whereas older people usually use it for practical things like reading the news or keeping in touch with family.
Nice. That's a solid band 7. You added comparison with whereas and used examples. If you want to sound more advanced, add an observation or a reason. Something like, that might be because young people grew up with technology, while older people had to adapt to it later in life. Let's hear your band 9 version.
Yes, definitely. Younger and older generations use technology very differently. Young people grew up surrounded by it, so it's second nature for them. They use it for everything, from entertainment to studying. Older people, on the other hand, tend to use it more carefully, mainly for practical tasks like reading the news or video calling family. I think the main difference is how confident each group feels with new technology.
Fantastic! That's band 9 material. Fluent, detailed, respectful, and insightful. You didn't just compare, you explained why. That's what examiners want. Your use of phrases like second nature and on the other hand really boosts your score. Next, question 3. Do you think technology will continue to change the way we live in the future?
Yes, I think so. Technology changes very fast. In the future, maybe we will have robots or flying cars. Life will be easier, I think.
All right, that's simple and clear. Another band 6. You answered the question, but it's a bit too basic and short. Let's expand it. Try explaining how life might change, not just what might happen. You could say things like, I believe technology will continue to make our lives more efficient. We might rely on artificial intelligence for daily tasks. Give it another go.
I believe technology will keep changing the way we live. For example, artificial intelligence is already part of our lives, and it might make jobs and education more efficient. But I also think we'll have to deal with new problems like privacy and job loss.
Very nice. That's a band 7.5. You're giving examples and even mentioning challenges. That's great depth. To reach band 9, you can make it sound even more natural and visionary. Try using future-focused phrases like, I can imagine a world where, or it's likely that. Give it one more go, Ben.
I'm sure technology will continue to transform our lives in the future. I can imagine a world where artificial intelligence handles most routine work and people focus more on creativity and innovation. It's exciting, but it also means we'll need to learn how to balance convenience with privacy and human connection.
That's brilliant. Thoughtful, organized, and natural. That's exactly what a Band 9 answer sounds like. You showed imagination, used advanced phrases like transform our lives, and balance convenience with privacy, and your tone was confident and reflective. All right, everyone, let's wrap it up with a quick breakdown. Target, Band 6. Basic vocabulary, short answers, limited development. Clear but simple. Target Band 7. Uses linking words, gives examples, shows some balance. Target Band 9. Fluent, natural, and expressive. Uses advanced vocabulary, strong opinions, and complex grammar naturally.
The secret? Build your ideas. Don't just stop after one sentence. Explain, give an example, or contrast two ideas.
Exactly. But and because are magic words. If you're listening at home, try this tip. When you answer any IELTS question, ask yourself, can I add one more reason or example? That extra line often pushes you up a whole band.
Liza, I've got to say, this 3-part practice made the test sound a lot less scary. It's like talking to a friend about interesting topics.
That's the goal. IELTS isn't just testing grammar, it's testing communication. And to all our listeners, keep practicing, stay curious, and don't chase perfection, chase connection.
I love that. Connection over perfection.
Exactly. All right, friends, that's the end of our IELTS Speaking special. If you enjoyed this, check out next week's episode where we'll help you use storytelling and tone to sound even more natural. Until then, keep your English uplifting.